Okay, we looking and bucking and ready to fight. I got my cousin, he with me and got a Z on the right. And I'm a Detroit baby, and I don't know nothing else besides drinking and having parties and having some fun. I say, look in the mirror, what you expect me to do? I see a 300 S and got the blacked out real. I mean, I like your style. I'm on the whole other level. We up the chaos. You on that beat, you on that beat, you on that beat, you on that, you on that beat. Now slide, chop, hit the horn, don't stop, hey, don't stop, hey, don't stop, hey. Run a man on that beat, run a man on that beat, run a man on that beat, run a man on that beat. Like drill dad, you ugly, you your daddy's son. You on that beat, you on that beat, you on that, you on that, you on that beat. Now slide, chop, hit the horn, don't stop, hey, don't stop, hey, don't stop, hey. Run a man on that beat, run a man on that beat, run a man on that beat, run a man on that beat. Like drill dad, you ugly, you your daddy's son.
Good morning, everybody. We are going to go ahead and get started, and we are going to start with a welcome from Sydney and Alexis.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. We're so excited that you took time out of your busy day to come hear all about this HBCU greatness. I am Sydney White. I am the Delta Gems co-chair along with Alexis Hall, presented on the screen right here. And so we have partnered with Kristen Wells Lewis. She is a county agent for the Prairie View A&M University Cooperative Extension Program to bring you this event today. So welcome.
Good morning, everybody. We're so excited to see you today. Although my undergraduate degree was at PWI, you see I have Aggie Pride. I'm getting my master's degree at North Carolina State University. I'm so excited for you to join us this morning. We have some great speakers lined up. And thank you again for spending your Saturday morning with us.
And again, I am Kristen Wells Lewis, the Dallas County Extension Agent for the Prairie View A&M University Cooperative Extension Program, where we focus on outreach programming. And we partner with the Metropolitan Dallas Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated to be able to bring to you what you will see today as a virtual HBCU tour, a day in the life, the experience of an HBCU student, in hopes that it ignites your passion for attending, supporting, and advocating for HBCUs. So we have a fun day planned for you all. It's not too late to share the link with a friend, a family member. Don't forget to register because we are going to be doing some giveaways, but you have to be registered to win the prize. So don't forget to register. If you haven't already done so, we did put the link in the comment section, and you can just click and register really fast so that you are counted in the number. Again, thank you to Sydney and Alexis and to Tanya Murguri, who is the president of the Metropolitan Dallas Alumni Chapter, for agreeing to partner with us for this event and helping us connect with students in the Dallas County area. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started.
So first up, we have Mr. Ron Fry from Florida A&M University. And so he's going to come on and tell us all about Florida A&M. So let's give it up for Ron.
Hello, how's everybody doing? Can you hear me okay? I'm Ron Fry with FAMU Alumni here in Dallas-Fort Worth. FAMU is located in Tallahassee, Florida. Largest HBCUs. And also recently, the U.S. News and World Report ranked us the #1 HBCU for public university. It was known for our business school, nursing, engineering. We also have a great architectural school. Dr. Larry Robinson. If you're interested in applying for FAMU, you can go to famu.edu to get more information on applications and things like that. We are switching from for your athletes, switching from the MEAC division, and we're going into the SWAC. So we'll be playing schools like Southern and Grambling and Alcorn State and Prairie View coming up. We won't have the COVID situation for any athletics, but Florida A&M is a great school to go with. We're known as the Rattlers. Went to FAMU, or like Sam Oliver, who is a Fox Sportscast broadcaster, Oscar Joyner. So I'm sure you heard of the rapper Common, and numerous other people who are part of the FAMU Nation. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out to us. famu.edu or 850-99-3000 is our main number at the university.
Okay, thanks so much, Ron. We appreciate you hopping on today, and we will get ready to kick it off to Dr. Leslie Davis from University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who are you rooting for this morning? It has got to be the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Arkansas Pine Bluff is located 45 miles outside of the city of Little Rock, which is the capital of Arkansas. We are one of the few HBCUs there. We are so proud to say that we are an accredited university. There are different programs that we do offer. Our major programs are in the School of Agriculture, because that's what our great institution was founded on. We also have education, nursing, business. We offer lots of different internships. We used to go do overseas, but with COVID-19, a lot of that travel has shut down, but there are still internships available. You can go to uapb.edu and find out different information concerning our great university. During this pandemic, the powers that be have decided that to keep our students safe, students have now gone virtual and will go virtual into January or February of next year. The nursing program, those students, some of them are still there at campus because of the requirements that the State Board of Nursing requires of them. But the University of Arkansas is a great university. It's a great place to be, and we are all working together during this pandemic. Classroom sizes are still small, even though they are virtual. The teachers are there still in tuning with all of the students, making sure that not only are you academically healthy, but that you are also emotionally and mentally healthy as well during this time. So feel free, go to uapb.edu or call 870-575-8492 for additional information concerning the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. And who are you rooting for this morning? The University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Thank you.
I'm muted. Thank you so much, Dr. Davis. I think next we have a commercial for you guys for Langston. So Kristen's going to go ahead and play that for us now.
Okay, now the video is playing.
What's up, guys? And welcome to the best HBCU in the land. That's the real LU, Langston University. I'm Jazika Brewer, a graduating senior English major from Saginaw, Michigan. And when you ask me why I chose my HBCU, I will have to tell you that there's no greater family.
Uh-oh, what's happening? Uh-oh, let's see. Uh-oh. Come on now. So I think we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Sydney, if you want to move to the next school while I load this video, and then I will play it once it fully loads.
Okay, so now we have Cynthia Hancock. She is the Dallas Alumni Chapter President for Langston University. So she's going to come on now and give us all the details about Langston.
Good morning, everyone, on this wonderful Saturday. Thank you all for coming out. Langston University, our illustrious Langston University, has a rich of history. We are number one in ranking of nursing out of all of the HBCUs, actually number 3 in the world. Well, and so we are partnering with NASA. We're top 10 in the HBC Vision Band too. We have a wonderful leading small recruitment for animal research. It's a family-like atmosphere. We're the most Western HBCU from Texas. So we're the only one West. So if you go from here to California, Langston is the only one. We have affordable scholarships, affordable rates. It's like a family history. It's like a family's atmosphere. When Langston comes abound, as your sorority sister has shown, the lady that's at Langston, once you graduate there, we don't leave you alone. We continue there. We have a mentoring program that the Dallas chapter is creating to be able to go with students there. While you're there, you don't want to bug your parents, somebody there, we can have navigate things for you. It is number one. We have that opportunity. We'd love for you to go. It's just 3 hours up the street. So we're close enough that your family can come, yet far enough that if your family, they can't just pop up, oh, I was in the neighborhood. And then they have very small classrooms right now. We're online as well as in students, in classrooms and online, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Where, because of the COVID-19, they have an excellent COVID program in case something happens. We want to make sure the first and foremost is for the students are safe. The Dallas chapter, as well as actually Langston alums across the country and non-Langston people, has actually donated COVID-19 packages. So when the kids come to school, they have a package to start out with so they can continue with the keyless remote, with the microband stuff, masks, because we first and foremost, we want to make sure our students are safe and healthy. And it's a very fun. Langston is known to have a lot of fun, and years and years and years. As long as you say you went to Langston, we love you. And so if you contact us, Langston, for a virtual tour, you can go LU tour at langston.edu. You can also reach out for Langston admissions at langston.edu. If you want to reach out and one of us to contact us here, the Dallas is called dallas.luna@gmail.com. I am the chapter president, graduated from Langston University in 1989, and has been very active in with my sorority. I'm a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Come on, HBCUs. So we really have any questions. We have all kinds of degrees, all kinds of programs. You name it, we got it. L's up. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. Kristen, are we good on the video, or do you want me to keep going?
Keep going.
Okay, so next up we have Keela Williams, and she is representing Prairie View A&M. So let's give it up for Keela.
Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Keela. Are you all able to see my screen, or are you seeing me? Okay, let me make sure. Okay, I'm sharing. Okay. Hey y'all, welcome. My name is Keela. I am a representative of the Dallas chapter PVAMU Alumni Association, and welcome to the yard. All right, so we want to talk about why the Hill, right? PV is the second oldest public institution of higher learning in Texas. That means that we are here and we've had our boots on the ground, and we are very excited to continue our legacy, to make sure that we have you guys joining us. We've been deemed the institution of the first class by the legislator, right? That means that, you know, when we checking boxes, we're doing everything that we want to do to make sure our students' experience is what they need, right? Because what they say, Prairie View produces productive people. All right, we have about 4 research centers. And if you think about it, it's crazy. It's like everyone says that we're in the middle of nowhere, but the center of everywhere. So we're only 30 minutes from Houston, about 3.5 hours from Dallas, and only 2 hours from Austin. So it's very convenient. I know parents, you don't want your kids to go too far, but you know, it's far enough away that you'll probably have to call before you pop up. So I get really excited about it because I'm an alum, and it was one of the best experiences that I've had, right? So we do have 8 colleges and schools, which offer over 30 bachelor degree programs. We have 48 minors, 30 master's degree programs, and 5 doctoral programs. Y'all, Money Magazine dubbed PV is having the best value education, not only for what you're gonna pay, but what you're gonna receive. Because again, we really wanna make sure that our students are prepared for a global economy. Okay, so if you're worried about class sizes, I can tell you we have about an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which means that your students, you will receive that individualized attention that you need to be successful. Okay, we have over 18,000 courses offered per semester, so the classes will never run out. And we have a diverse student population that has over 40 states. We have 16 countries that are currently represented on our yard. All right, and one other thing I wanted to note, y'all, Prairie View, we do have sports. Okay, we're a part of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, which is SWAC, and we compete in the Western Division. So all 18 sports participate in the NCAA Division I, and the Panther football players play in D1, okay? We also have intramural sports, and we have so many activities, clubs, programs that are there to help nurture you with what you need, all right? So I just have a few facts that I wanted to go over. We are in the middle of application processes, and y'all, if you really want priority scholarships, your application deadline needs to be done on January 4th. Okay, so at this point, seniors, you should have your transcripts together. You should have those ACT, SAT testing done. And make sure, like, when you look at those schools, you know and understand the application requirements. Okay, our application for y'all is only $40, right? And everything is online. So again, we really want to make sure we hit those priority deadlines, because it's not just application, it's scholarship. Okay, you really want to be prioritized when it comes to getting that out for you. Okay, the last thing that I really wanted to touch Like, it's an experience, right? As you get through life and you want to make sure that you have the things that you need, you want to go the places that you want to go, you have to think about what this experience means for you. And at Prairie View, we really want to build those foundational skills that you already had coming in and turn you into the person, into the being that you want to be for your life and your family moving forward. All right. So if you guys had any questions or concerns, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. My email address is keila.williams@gmail.com, and I'll be forwarding you guys that information shortly. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Keila. That was awesome. Don't forget to get your applications in for those scholarships, guys. That's so important. Next up, we have Andrea Cruz. She is Miss Paul Quinn 2020 to 2021, and she's going to come tell us about Paul Quinn.
Hi, everybody. First, I'm going to play a video.
Paul Quinn College is a movement. Our mission, the reason why we exist, is to prepare our students to join us in the fight to eradicate poverty. For the first time in America's history, the majority of its students come from poverty. Our students are the roses that grow from concrete, and those roses need us to walk in their gardens, not in ivory towers. We are the world's first urban work college. We created the urban work college model because our students needed not just to have an education, but to have the skills to succeed for a lifetime. Work colleges are distinctive in that students are required to work in addition to go to college. Because of the work program, our students also graduate with jobs. We want to create a network of urban work colleges located all across this country. My dream is to end poverty. People who are crazy enough to believe that they can change the world, they're the ones who do change the world. This is who we are. This is what we do. Welcome to the Quinai Nation.
So that was a small video of what Paul Quinn College has to offer. As stated, we are the first urban work college in the nation, which is very cool. A lot of opportunities with corporate internships. That is my favorite part of this institution. We are also a work program college, so you are either on campus working or you either have a corporate internship. We are the only HBCU in the Dallas DFW area, and we are actually the oldest HBCU west to the Mississippi. So we love to brag about that. For a week of a student life would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday would be class schedules. And then Fridays, we also have chapels since we are founded by the African Methodist Episcopal Church. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are your work days or corporate internships or campus work days. So there's a lot to do, a lot of opportunity. And one of the main things I love about Paul Quinn College is the institution is small, so you get more of a family feel. Everybody is rooting for you. Everybody wants to see you succeed. Tools for success are unlimited. I mean, there's so many opportunities coming to the school, not even with the internships, but just the connections that you meet and the opportunities that we have as a college. And being in Dallas, there's a lot of things to do, so you are never bored. There's always places to go and things to see. We have many sports teams here, the Dallas Mavericks, the Dallas Cowboys, the Texas Rangers. So the opportunity and the city just gives you limitless opportunities. And there is small classrooms, so about 18-to-1 ratio as well, depending on the class. We have sports teams that go from the men and women's basketball team to men's and women's soccer team. We have a track team, a cross-country team, as well as a volleyball team, a cheer team, a dance team for you majorettes out there. And we don't have a football team anymore. We used to, but we made it into a farm since we do live in South Dallas in an area that is a food desert. So we wanted to make the farm into something that we can help provide for our community. We have a farmer's market So our community can come and they can actually have fresh foods and fruits and vegetables, since we do live in a food desert. And we also have one of our main customers for the farmers market is actually the Dallas Cowboys. They buy some of our fruits and vegetables, and they actually use it. So that is something that's very cool. And if you want to learn more about Paul Quinn College and what they have to offer for your future education, go to pqc.edu. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So next, Kristen has got our videos ready for us. So she's going to play those for us now for Paul Quinn and Langston. Not hearing any sound, Kristen.
One more time. Please bear with us, guys. Technology is not on our side today. So we're going to share again.
Oh. Okay. Ah! Oh. Hey, I'm trying to get calm.
Why choose our institution? We're affordable, close-knit, like a family, engaging, with a lit student life, and the staff members of Paul Quinn College care about all the students' future. I am a senior majoring in early childhood education. My favorite activity is dance. The place I like to hang the most is definitely the cafeteria. Favorite professor, this is a hard choice, but I would have to say Dr. Mason, because not only is she supportive in my education journey, she's also there to drop up a dime when I call her and need sound advice. I don't even want to start naming friends because I might leave someone out. Let's just say that Paul Quinn College is a college of inclusive, and we're all friends.
And so now we have a video from Langston.
Absolutely. Now let's go to Langston. Okay, 1 second.
What's up, guys? And welcome to the best HBCU in the land. That's the real LU, Langston University. I'm Jazika Brewer, a graduating senior English major from Saginaw, Michigan. And when you ask me why I chose my HBCU, I will have to tell you that there is no greater family in the world. One of my favorite places on our dear campus is our Student Success Unit. The reason why I love this place so much, we have our den, we have our caf, we have our game rooms. This is a place that students get together just to hang out, to get with each other. So I'm showing you one of my favorites. So my very favorite place on this here campus is what we call the Delta Yard. Or students know it as the yard, but the Beta Upsilon chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated was chartered January 29, 1939 on the campus of Langston University. So let me tell you guys what that makes us. The mother chapter of Oklahoma. Another cool thing about HBCUs, as I said, it's a family. So from the janitor to the president, we know everyone here. Our president actually lives right there in what we call the White House. Now, I would love to give you guys my favorite professor. However, it's so hard to choose because everyone on this campus treats me as family, which is why I chose an HBCU. So if you want to be a part of family, HBCU might just be for you.
Awesome. So now we have Ebony West. Ebony West Jones. She is coming to tell us about Southern University. She is the Southern University Alumni Federation Dallas Chapter Sergeant at Arms. So let's give her a welcome.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. I bring you greetings from the Southern University Alumni Federation Dallas chapter, where I serve as Sergeant at Arms. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about the Southern University and Agricultural and Mechanical College. So one thing that you need to know is Southern University, we are a system comprised of 5 campuses across 3 major cities in Louisiana. We are 6.5 hours away from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but have no fear because the Dallas Alumni Chapter have you covered here. The Dallas Alumni Chapter, we actually have a program where we provide each student with a mentor paired up here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area because it is all about family, fun, food, tradition when it comes to Southern University. But enough of me just speaking real quick. Let me let our video do the talking for me. So let's share a little bit with you. chose Southern University because I wanted to go to an HBCU that had a great nursing program. The nursing program is #1 in Louisiana.
Choose Southern University because it's a top-of-line education that is affordable, and the education is like there. Everything is there for you. Professors are helpful. People are helpful. You know, you have everything you need from it.
So again, we are one campus, we are one system, 5 different campuses and 3 city locations. So the Southern University and A&M College, or SUBR as we affectionately refer to it as, is the main campus, including undergraduate all the way up to doctoral programs. Our Shreveport campus out of Shreveport, Louisiana, is our associate's degree campus, right off of I-20, 2.5 hours away from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And from Shreveport campus, it can also be into a feeder into the main SUBR campus. And then our Southern University New Orleans campus also has everything up to master's degree level programs as well. So we were founded in 1880 in New Orleans, and then we relocated our main campus in 1914 to Scottsbluff that oversits the Mississippi River. That's right, our campus sits on the mighty Mississippi River in Scotlandville, North Baton Rouge. So again, the Southern University, yes, we are hailing out of the state of Louisiana, but not to worry because the Dallas Alumni Chapter and even the Fort Worth chapters, we have you covered here in the Metroplex. For more information, feel free to reach out to subr.edu/admissions. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ebony. We appreciate you for coming on today. So next up, we have one more video from the Dallas chapter president of Alabama A&M, and we're going to play that now.
My name is Demetric Williams, and I am a graduate of the Alabama A&M University. The reason why I attended the HBCU is because I wanted to get to know my heritage and connect with the culture. I also wanted to establish those personal relationships with the professors and the students there on campus. I haven't regretted a moment of attending at HBCU. I was able to get my bachelor's in computer science with a concentration in cybersecurity, and I'm also working on my master's in computer science online. I currently work as a software engineer here in Texas, and also I am the 2nd vice president of the Dallas-Fort Worth Alabama A&M Alumni Chapter. Choose a HBCU, a remarkable choice, and you will not regret the experience. I promise.
All right, that was awesome. So now we're at the portion of our presentation where we're gonna have Q&A. Please feel free to put it in the comment section. It will roll across the screen and we'll have some of our presenters answer your questions. I've seen a lot of you have been utilizing the chat, which has been great, and this is how we will be fielding some of the questions. All right, so I'll start asking a few questions for you guys as we get started, and we'll be pulling back the presenters. So one of the questions I had as I was matriculating to the college age was, what does it look like for the financial aid aspect of the school? Is it affordable? Is it something that I can get scholarships for? So can some of the presenters come back on and give some information about scholarship opportunities?
Actually, for Langston University, we have several different scholarships. Actually, if you have at least a 3, and neighboring states, especially from Texas, if you have at least a 3.3, you get in-state tuition. So being out of state, you have that funds there. We have a Muscade scholarship, which is a full ride. We have our Regents. We have several different scholarships, and as well as the Dallas chapter, we give scholarships to our students that go to Langston as well. So we have several avenues of giving out scholarships. The main, the GPAs are different. It's fluctuating depending on what you want to do. There's a nursing scholarship that we have. There's so many different aspects of it, and it is affordable. We are one of the, especially in Oklahoma, we are competitive, but we also try to keep our prices low.
Great. Does anybody else want to add to that?
Yes, I will start. So Southern University, we are all before we used to honor neighboring states as well, but actually within the last couple of years, we have waived out-of-state fees if students if you have at least a good 2.7. I don't believe that has changed since the pandemic, but if you have a good 2.7 GPA, and then I believe if it's a 20 on the ACT, and I forget the SAT number, you can qualify for out-of-state fee wavering. And so we're conscious of, because we do realize that students want to attend, and especially if it's an institution that's away from the comfort of the home where you're from, we want to make it attractable to everyone. And so we kind of removed the neighboring state, and we do honor across the whole nation. And with the pandemic, we do have online degree programs as well. And then as far as financial aid is concerned, I can provide, we have a slew, if you actually go on our admissions website, just different scholarships that we have, from our honors college scholarships to students that have over that 3.2 GPA. And then we also locally, the Dallas alumni chapter, we also have scholarships as well. And I can provide you our email address to reach out to us for that.
Same thing.
Love that. We do have a question specific to Langston while we're there, and there it is across the screen.
When is the priority deadline from Langston University? At this second, I don't know. I'm waiting on the information to come in because we had a recruitment class coming up. I mean, we just had it and I missed it because of work. But I can, if you can, I can provide you our email, and I will make sure I get you that information as soon as possible. I apologize for that, but because I missed it, I don't have it. So our email for here at the Dallas chapter is dallas.lunaa, L-U-N-A-A, @gmail.com. As soon as I get that information, I will make sure you have it. So once again, that email address is dallas.lunaa, L-U-N-A-A, @gmail.com.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys, I just want to touch bases. Keela here with the Prairie View A&M University. So as I mentioned earlier, we do have a priority deadline. So if you apply by January 4th, you will be automatically considered for our merit-based scholarships. And what happens is they will be based on your GPA test scores from your junior year. So it is imperative that you go ahead and apply now. Okay, our normal deadline for our scholarships is March 1st. But again, you really want to get it done in advance, because a lot of scholarships, especially with FAFSA, right, coming from the government, those grants, some of those loans are first come, first serve. So the sooner, whatever school you decide to go to, the sooner you get that information to us, the sooner we are able to award you. Another thing, let's see, with the Dallas Chapter Alumni Association, I'm glad y'all put those plugs in. We do have 2 scholarships that are available. So right now we do have a general scholarship that's open. I believe it's for juniors and seniors, but if you guys reach out to me, I believe I put my email in the chat. I'm not sure if it went live to the comments, but my email is Keila, so K-I-L-A .williams@gmail.com. Okay, those are our general scholarships for now. We do have an incoming freshman application scholarship that is available. So we're in the process of making sure we tighten up that application, and won't go live until February, because this is for students who have already have been accepted. All right, so again, I want to run it back. January 4th is the priority deadline for scholarships. The final deadline for schools-based scholarships is going to be March 1st. Okay, and if you guys send me an email, I'll go ahead and get you the information for our current general scholarship with our Alumni Association for juniors and seniors. And we have an incoming freshman scholarship opportunity as well.
Cool, thank you. We do have a question in the comments, but I wanted to transition just a little bit. So this event is called Day in the Life, right? I want you guys to speak a little bit about what is the day in the life of an HBCU student? What do the dorms look like? What does the food look like? Like I said, my undergraduate degree wasn't at an HBCU, so I don't know about Fried Chicken Wednesday, but I've heard a lot about that. I went to several camps at Prairie, so I know what that the MSC is like. I know what the food is like. I know what the vibe is like. And all of my friends, they talk about how much fun they have on campus. And like I mentioned, Aggie Pride, I'm enrolled in the master's program, but because of COVID, I didn't get to experience homecoming like I wanted to. So just give me some feedback on what that experience looked like so these students online can really hear about why they should choose an HBCU, and in particular, yours that you discussed today.
I want to take that first because as you see, like I came on with my shakers because I stay ready to cheer, right? We have a saying with Southern University, it's all about bleeding blue and gold because it is all about the culture. The culture is what makes us family. And so the fact of, the pandemic, it set so many people back. And Alexis, you're so right. Homecoming, right? Homecoming is an experience like none other. You don't have to know a person. It's just the fact that you're there and you automatically become family. So let me back up the day in the life, what that looks like from the dorm perspective. To be honest, I can't speak directly to the dorms. I stayed in there for preview one red hot second because I'm a native of Baton Rouge. So I was a commuter. But our dormitories and our university apartment, just the whole living on campus experience. Some people, they meet their best friends for life, just because of that camaraderie that you had from your suite mates, or, just living in the dorm, the cafeteria. It's all about red bean Monday and fried chicken. Red bean and fried chicken, and then you have your fried fish on Fridays, right? And so the food is like none other. And then a Louisiana school, Spring Fest is all about crawfish, So homecoming, you smell the boiled food, the barbecue. I'm just getting homesick thinking about it because it is just all about food, fun, and family when it comes to just a day in the life of the HBCU experience. So when you come to Southern, again, just kind of like I mentioned with the whole mentorship that the Dallas chapter does, we want people to remember that, hey, you may be away from home and it's a new experience, but you're meeting people that's becoming a part of your lifelong family, right? Where I can go anywhere around the world, literally. And if someone sees the logo of my HBCU, automatically I'm a part of one human, as we like to say, right? Because it's the idea of we appreciate that is the one time that a minority gets to be a majority. And so you get to see people empowered that are in all levels of administration, from your professors to your peers, that all look like you. They know your background, and it doesn't matter what type of background you come from, whether you come from low class, middle class, high class, whatever. And it's just the fact that you get that melting pot at an HBCU. And so that's kind of a little clip, and hopefully the video kind of highlighted what Pretty Wednesday looks like. And we take pride in our appearance at Southern, where you're not just, especially as a business student, you don't just go to class in a hoodie. You are going to class, as we say, suited and booted, because you are dressed for success, or SU success. And then Pretty Wednesday, or Dress for Success Wednesday, is that time when you're around the union, when you're on the yard and you don't know who's going to come, anyone from the news station or anyone that's coming to do an article. So we're all about our appearance. And I just think that's a culture thing, right? For any HBCU, we make sure homecoming is an event. It's like a convention. It's a convention and a family reunion all at the same time. Networking, everything. You're making those lifelong connections at your HBCU.
That's so funny because me at my PWR, sweatpants and a t-shirt was the attire of the whole campus, and I went to school in Oklahoma. So that's just really what the attire was like. But anybody else want to chime in? I really like this feedback. This is fun. This is exciting. It's what people want to hear.
I think I could say that my favorite place to be is the CAF, because there's so much energy, so much life into it. Like you go to the CAF and there's music playing, there's people, you know, sometimes Greeks will stroll, and there's just people having a time, dancing if they want to. Even the cafeteria workers, like those are like our family members. Like they make sure we're good. Like they, you know, do you need anything? They'll go out there, like come dance with us, you know. It's just so much life that's put into HBCUs and the culture. And even the Wing Wednesday, Fried Chicken Wednesday, or the Catfish Fridays, those are my favorite, with the hush puppies and red rice and the greens. So that's my favorite. But yeah, I would say it's full of life.
Great. Anybody else want to chime in on that?
This is Dr. Leslie from the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. I think I might be a little bit older than some of y'all. I graduated in 1990. But even still going back now to UAPB, that family atmosphere is still there. You know, we had to check on each other for homecoming because it was dismissed this year. It was like, are you guys okay? Are you okay? Because you miss that. That's going back, and it might have been 20 some years since the last time you saw somebody, but it's like, hey, I just saw you yesterday. And that's what it is at UAPB. One of the things that we as alumni have tried doing is when we go on campus, we go to our old dorm rooms and we bless those students that are in our rooms. Well, my dorm now is a male dorm. So it's really interesting to tell the guys, hey, this used to be a female dorm that you guys are now in. And they're like, really? For real? Yeah, this used to be my room right here. So just to get the excitement from them, you know, and to be able to go through the cafeteria and eat and just rub elbows with the students, it's an experience like no other. And it's like every year, it's the same thing. It's like you're not, you know, meeting somebody new, you're just greeting family. You're greeting family. And that's the only way that I can put it. It is like family. Because for me, when I went to UAPB, my dad was in the military. They were stationed in Japan. My parents sent me to Arkansas. An HBCU, never heard of one before in my life. And then all of them Black people, I was in shock. That was a culture shock to me. But I tell people I would never, ever trade that experience for anything in the world. Because not only did it help me to find out who I truly was, because I was in denial. I didn't know I was just a military child. That's all I told people. But it helped me with my self-identity, and it helped me to be the person that I am today. That was my foundation there. And it got me to my status now. So, you know, being at an HBCU, it doesn't matter which HBCU. I just tell a student, go and get that experience, and it's going to be like none other. My daughter, I drug her to UAPB kicking and screaming. But now she'll sit up there and say, hey, you know, I had a good experience. It was good for me, you know, to be able to go there, to be able to matriculate and stuff like that. It was a good experience for me. And that's, I believe, all of us across the board would say, hey, you know, there might have been some ups and downs while we were there, but when we look back on it, there's nothing that I would sit up there and give up to be at another university versus the university that I was at.
I want to piggyback on all of that. Langston University was a family tradition. Everybody in my family just about graduated, went to Langston. Either they didn't graduate, they went. I came out in '89, so I understand. So the dorm, I didn't stay but in the dorm but a semester because I moved, so I cooked. And so I sold plates. But before I wasn't going to Langston because my family went to Langston. I am so glad that I chose to not go to a PWI, but went to Langston, and I love it. It is a family affair. You know, our saying was, and still is, once you leave Langston, you come out with 2 degrees, one in life and one you went to school for, because it's going to prepare you for the tools you're going to need to get out in the world and work. And then the networking, you know, I tell kids, go to any HBCU. Of course, I prefer Langston. However, I prefer any of them. You know, I've gone to just about all of the campuses that, you know, you all have. And it's the love that you have that it's so It's so amazing, especially, you know, because of the fact you have our rivalries, but we all support each other, no matter how it goes. And then for me, when I went there, my professors, I have a degree in psychology. I had a fear of taking tests and didn't know it. But because you have that small atmosphere, and my professor was like, you know, Cynthia, you know, he would ask me these questions. Now, I just failed this test, but as soon as he, you know, asked these questions, I answered. And so he was able to modify and get me to recognize, and then I was able to fix it, rectify it, and went from there. But some of the large universities, you don't have that. Not to say they can't, but it's just him to notice that so quickly. And then my favorite spot was the multi-purpose building, because, you know, if you go to any HBCU, you got to know how to play some spades. I mean, we played spades and dominoes and bid whist. You know, we were in there, and at all hours we would play. We would meet on the yard. Back when I was there, we had a wall, and that is the place to be seen at. And we would sit there and talk and do so many different things. And you meet people from Michigan, you meet people from California, but, you know, we had the DC Motor Club. It was so much love. Yeah, we had your rivalries, you know, when we would have here, but when we went to go step on another university, Langston was one. When they come here, we pull out the stops for them. But no matter what year you graduated, you got these letters, your family. And so I am so proud that I went to Langston, and I have family members, you know, and my mother, my grandmother, my aunt, we all pledged the same sorority at the same undergrad, you know, and so it's like a family affair. So I love it, and you would never regret going to an HBCU, any one of them, but you would never regret, because you have a lifelong friend. My best friend, we met August of 1985, and we're still friends today.
I really love that. Like, I love all the stories that you guys are able to share, and something that y'all really hit on is family, the family environment, the family atmosphere. My older sister, she went to Howard University, and she always would come back home talking about how close she felt to everybody else. And I really felt that from the stories that you guys were talking about. What's interesting is that, like I keep mentioning, Aggie Pride, when I was getting enrolled, you know, it's COVID. And of course, it's an online program. But one of the administrators, she gave me her personal cell phone number and said, hey, give me a call whenever. And coming from the University of Oklahoma, that was something I never experienced. And especially during times like COVID, that was really cool that she took it a step further to not only answer my emails super fast in a timely fashion, she gave me her personal number, and I felt it was just a change. And then being able to see on some of my first Zoom calls for school, to see all Black women or just Black faces was something totally different for me. As an engineer, that's my undergraduate degree was in, it was no girls hardly. And I was the only Black girl, one of one in all of my classes. So I just started smiling, seeing all these faces that looked like mine, all trying to get an MBA. So that was really cool. I'm really glad you guys hit on that. I do want to transition a little bit back to the academic space. And I want you guys to maybe talk about what you majored in and why, and maybe talk about some of the programs that are offered at your university.
Okay, hey you guys, I'll go ahead and get started. So my undergraduate degree was in sociology and social work. My first master's degree actually is from Prairie View, and it's juvenile justice, which was pre-law. So one of the things that we pride ourselves on is having a lot of options that are available for students. So just in case they might have not even known what they wanted to do, we do have advisors on campus in the freshman dorm, so the university college. Freshmen have their own advisors to be able to walk them through answering questions, giving them some type of insight about what they want to do. Because I was like a gifted child, but I was so lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what options were out there. And I was so grateful for, like y'all said, some of that individualized attention that I received. So I'm from Dallas. I'm from West Dallas. And I wouldn't have been able to fathom wanting to go to law school, because my first master's degree is pre-law. So now I'm about to start my doctorate degree. So some of the things, like y'all said, looking at people around me that were actually on the same goals, wanting to have some of the things in life that we may not have had when we were growing up, it just made me feel good. It made me feel whole, because there were people out there that looked like me, right? That had some of those same insights. So it was awesome. Like and it's only so much that a gifted child can have. So when you're talking about the advisory experience, like mentorships, being able to talk to my advisor, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm lost. Can you help me? Like, I really needed that. And I know some students are self-sufficient, but then like, I think a lot of the assumption is that the kids automatically know what's going on and how to do it. So I really appreciate the process of making sure that I had what I needed. So now as I transition into recruitment, I want to make sure that my students have everything. So regardless if you want to go to Prairie View, Southern, Langston, I'm trying to graduate students. Yeah, we can send you there, but what are you going to do while you're there to maximize that input, that output, right? Parents, I know you want to trust and believe that when you leave your child, you know, they're going to be safe. They're going to do what they have to do. And the HBCU experience, especially for Prairie View, like it really showed me the power of family, like that extended community. It takes a village, right? And our village, it was so productive. Like we have our saying, Prairie View produces productive people. And even the creativity that has spawned from even the COVID situation, like being able to adjust, because y'all, it's family. I do not know what I would do if I didn't have my network, my family with me. And one thing that I can tell y'all that we've adjusted to in COVID is that homecoming experience. So what we did in Dallas, we actually had our own drive-through homecoming. And we had over 200 people in attendance, all wanting to make sure we share the continued camaraderie that we learned, that we had at Prairie View. So as far as academics is concerned, like I said, y'all, I'm about to get to start a doctorate degree. And I wouldn't have been able to imagine me from West Dallas having access to the opportunity that I have. So when you talk about options, when you talk about degree programs, it was very beneficial for me to have those conversations with others, directing me into where I needed to go for my future success. So really great advocacy. Even just having people around you that share the same goal sets, being able to help nurture you was one of the many benefits of my academics on campus.
Great. Anybody else?
I want to,
yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Want to chime in. So academically, a couple of the top three programs that we tend to always highlight for Southern, they tend to be the most popular. For our undergraduates concerns, our School of Nursing, stellar. I mean, you know, top producer when it comes to nursing. People transfer in from other institutions for our School of Nursing. So that's a big one right there. And I think it was mentioned before, just kind of with COVID, you know, nursing is a very hands-on, you know, field. So I do believe they are still doing some type of hybrid situation where you could still kind of get that clinical experience. And a lot of our nurses, I mean, they go on as far as getting their doctorate in nursing. And then engineering, so our STEM field. Southern is an A&M college, so that whole agriculture and mechanical background, engineering, STEM, I mean, you name it. A lot of companies tend to come and recruit from the Fortune 500 specifically for STEM at Southern. And then my discipline was actually business. So I finished with business management with a concentration in supply chain. And so my time at Southern, internships and studying abroad opportunities, that was major key. That opened up the door, being a Thurgood Marshall College Scholarship Fund partner schools. So getting to go to that leadership conference and getting in front of all of these Fortune 500 companies, and our College of Business students graduate with multiple offers. And even that whole study abroad experience, no matter what your discipline is. The students that graduate from the Nelson Mandela School of Public Policy, they typically want to go into our law program, which is a top program for us as well. And you don't have to be pre-law to do it. But I mean, just coming from Southern and all of the legislators and local politicians for Louisiana, they make you kind of want to go into law. So I always want to get my law degree. But, you know, just being an undergrad and kind of seeing people who have been there and done it before, and that internship experience, our career service center and having that one-on-one relationship with the director opened up so many doors that it reminded people of, here's the options that you have, to the point where when I first matriculated, I didn't come in even wanting to do business. I was registered under something totally different from Jaguar Preview. And I stepped into our College of Business, took a tour, and so many people, it was almost like peer pressure. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to switch to business. And it wound up being the best route for me because I have that real love for human resources and helping people with their resume and presentation, presenting the best self. And so now I'm actually about to complete my MBA in HR, but I kind of got that from being at Southern first, and just how that relationship opens the door. I think, you know, we mentioned it before, having a professor's number, having faculty and staff that I have that one-on-one relationship with that are lifelong mentors for me now, that I can have them at my wedding. I can call them up, you know, career transition, or I'm thinking about doing something else, and they have no problem offering up that guidance. So that just academically, that's some of the things to hit on. And there's something for everyone too.
Cool.
Yes, I would say academically at Paul Quinn College, you're connected with your teachers 100%. Classrooms are small. The teachers might have your number. I have most of my professors' numbers, but the communication there is, with it being a small atmosphere, the communication is very easy because, you know, you're having more attention put on you, as well as the president of our college. Like, he gives us his number and is like, anytime, call us, text me, whatever you need. And he actually calls us like on our birthdays. He's like, hey, it's your birthday, like, happy birthday. And we're like, thanks, Chris. And so that's just kind of like the atmosphere, the academic wise. But one of the main goals our president of our college had is that he wants our students to graduate with jobs. And being at a work program college, I think that is one of our main focuses. And I would say the business administration program is the best to get into here at Paul Quinn College, because we have so many internship opportunities with corporate internships as well, such as JP Morgan Chase, NTT Data, AT&T, and these internships usually hire on after you graduate. So that is like the main, one of like our best benefits for going into business, which I think is amazing because all these Dallas companies really want to invest in our students as well. And personally, I'm a health and wellness major in biology because that's what I want to do, but the connections don't stop there. So we have a lot of mentoring programs on our campus, and my mentor is actually connected through pharmaceuticals in Dallas, and she's one of the directors. So it's so simple. Like, it's crazy how the connections can go so far no matter your major.
Something that I wanted to bring up is a lot of the rumors that people think about HBCUs. It's always, oh, it's a party school. They don't have many resources, blase, blase, blah. The list is endless. And that was some of the things that I heard as I was trying to apply for college when I was in high school. I want you guys to dispel that myth and say why you chose your university. What's something unique? What makes it great? Because these schools are awesome. You don't get any less experiences. Y'all talked about internships. You talked about studying abroad. And some of these students might not be aware of that. They might think those resources are only given to those PWIs or maybe those big 4 or 5 HBCUs. So I want you guys to kind of speak on that aspect.
Sure, I'll take that first. So I think everyone has the myth about colleges being, you know, this party atmosphere. But I'll be honest, I think with HBCU, because it's so culture heavy and driven and family oriented, time management is one thing you're definitely going to learn at an HBCU, right? Because there is always activity going on, because that's the engagement. That's keeping, you know, students looped understand, you know, mental health and everything is so real. So yes, there are always events going on, but there's academic events going on too. And so I think sometimes the academics gets overshadowed by so many of the social elements that people forget that there are quiz bowls, that there are conferences that you can attend, that there are a lot of academic programs that are held in the evening or throughout the day, you know, coming off of breast cancer awareness or domestic violence awareness month. There are always awareness events that are going on, and it's just up to the student, you know, where do your priorities lay, right? And I think that's with any college campus, honestly. And I actually I'll go on a limb and say when you're at bigger schools, you know, more of your predominantly white institutions, it's just so easy to be a small fish in a big pond. And then you lose that touch because at a HBCU, you may have a 16 or 24-to-1 ratio in the classroom, right? And so your professors, they're looping you in with what events are going on. Some may even throw you some extra credit opportunity if you go to an info session or something, right? But it's just that I think that the myth is there because they think culture and they think all we do is party, and they think sometimes, you know, people even think all Southern is known for is just our world-renowned marching band, the Human Jukebox. And don't get me wrong, we're known for that, but we're not just known for that. A lot of our alums that reside in the Dallas-Fort Worth area all finished from engineering and computer science or business disciplines and are thriving. We are thriving in our careers, no matter what year you graduated. But I think you can have the party element because that comes with it, but you can have it in moderation because at the end of the day, we're about get your bag, get your degree. Degree, graduate, get your degree. So there are opportunities, and we're constantly pushing the envelope to make sure that they're made well known and not just overshadowed by the party life.
I think one thing, it's about balance,
Work-life
right? Adults, we still have to learn how to balance our home and our work life. So it's a great opportunity for students to be able to. Like you said, you can go anywhere and get caught up in the illusion of what you think is going to go on. But even parents, like I tell them, you know, if you feel like you've done all that you can, just trust them. You know, that, I mean, it's a product of the things that you were able to do. So if you want to be able to get your student that experience, you have to let them walk on that ledge, because at the end of the day, I don't talk to parents. I talk to students. This is their experience, and these are things that they'll have to learn. Fortunately for us, we are in an environment where we're motivated by people who look like us. So I would have never thought to see so many successful African-American men, right? Women. These are game changers that have gone through experiences, right? And they've had to learn to do what it is that they needed to do for themselves. So I'm always an advocate of, okay, well, let's just see what's going to happen, you know? But again, my goal is not to get the student to college. I need to get you through college so you will be able to understand the sacrifices that you will have to make, which is the same as the things that we've had to sacrifice for you. So I'm really big on that, and like they'll have to experience it sometime. Like me, y'all, I've never failed anything in high school, but it took a real life experience at school. Not even failing a class, just like life, right? Okay, yeah. Like if this is something that I want, it wasn't my mom, it wasn't grandma, it wasn't my friends and the people around me. I wanted that, so I had to live through those experiences. And that's one thing that I appreciate. Like a lot of people think failure is, like I need to avoid it. No, like that's one of the lessons in life that I do believe that we all have to experience. So to bring it back, I think a lot of the anxiety is based on what you've heard. The main thing, go out there, go to those campus visits, find that alumni association, ask those questions, because, and y'all, y'all probably have it the same way we do, because I'm from PV. In Texas, everybody thinks PV is a party school. Well, a lot of that is coming from the people who weren't able to continue their studies because they had an experience that they had to divert away from. So I always say, well, ask questions. And that's my joke. Well, did they graduate from PV, or were they just down there having fun? Because those are two different conversations that we want to have to make sure that you get the experience you need. So I'm all for that student experience and them making sure that they have that balance.
Gotcha.
Well, see, like for Langston, we have been labeled as the party capital, especially of Oklahoma. And
Langston was a good time.
I mean, it was, but it's that work-life balance. Definitely. Because we have a lot of kids that graduate, a lot of adults, young adults that still graduate. I mean, yeah, you can party, you can do what you need to do, but they don't see the fact that we're doing community service. Our professors and instructors are telling us, okay, we need this in order for you to go out in life. So there are so many different aspects of it. Yeah, we like to have fun, and we continue because we had virtual homecoming. We had a whole week of virtual homecoming this year because we still wanted that connection. However, we had to get out there when, because my degree is in psychology, and I chose that because I wanted to help people. And so one of the things our professor had us to do, we had to go to the daycares and read to the kids. Those were things that our instructors made us do. And so even now, they have so many different aspects of things to prepare you for life. So yeah, we kick it. I'm not going to deny that. But that's after you do your work. I tell people, do your stuff first. You can do all what you want to do, and you still will graduate. And that's something they had to learn because we're teaching them how to be young adults. We're teaching them when you leave here, this is what you got to do. And then we have a mentoring program because their students at Langston has my personal number. Hey, Miss Cynthia, I have this going on. Okay, what's the options? What are you going to do about it? And what can we do to help you? So we're not going to leave them hanging, because a lot of times in our culture, we tend to just drop our kids off. Well, no, like many of you all on here, we have that mentoring program. We want, like the sister here says, we want to make sure you graduate. And I had that. We take them off and we do, so many different things. But it's amazing what the stigma is, but they don't see the other half.
Right. I really love this conversation. You guys have been awesome answering these questions and going down memory lane about your experience at college. We are going to answer this one last question as we go on to the scholarship portion and the giveaways. I'm going to only take 2 answers to this one. But what made you choose your HBCU over another HBCU? Whoever's the quickest one, come off mute.
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
Family tradition for me. I'm sorry. It was family tradition.
Okay, so what made me choose my HBCU? I think the connections. So as soon as I got there to visit, my university, it was family. They were giving numbers out. Don't be afraid to contact me. And it just felt, I think, when you found your school, you feel it, this is the place I want to be. This is the place I want to strive. And the resources are limitless. As I said, there's always someone there to help you. Mental health clinics, studying, tutoring, internships. There's so many resources that people don't know, and so many opportunities at HBCUs because they are literally families. Even alumni, if you go, they're looking for internships. Where are my students at my university? I want some people to work with me. So it's just that it's limitless. There's so many opportunities at HBCUs because it is a family.
I love that. One more.
I think for me, y'all, I chose Prairie View because, like I told you, I was not sure what I wanted to do. I didn't have a lot of options, but I knew it was something. But it's interesting how it worked because my mom went to Prairie View. I had a cousin at Prairie View. And by the time I actually started thinking about colleges, now I got a hold of the alumni network, and the president at the time, he and my mom grew up together. So by the time he actually got a hold of me, it was family, nonstop. And then everybody was coming from everywhere. And now I had all of these people around me that went to Prairie View that I wouldn't have even thought about or to ask. So y'all, when I say a network, I had people around. Oh my God, I heard you was going to Prairie View. Well, let me tell you the plug on how to get there. All right. Well, when you go down there, make sure you go to this place because this is where it's going to be at. And y'all, it was a family. And I think that seems like the theme of this whole
yeah.
It was family because once I actually saw y'all, and y'all, it's my experience as a little girl from West Dallas with not a lot of exposure. That's exactly what I needed. I needed somebody to hold me to say, hey, baby girl, this is where you belong. And y'all, once I actually found that, I just kept going, and it's blossomed into things that I could have yet to imagine. So we talk about the impact and what that meant for me. It was automatic. And now as I recruit, I'm talking to these kids that, oh, well, my uncle went to Prairie View, and I have like all kind of people coming up, and I'm just like, oh, yes. And that's also my plug to bring them into the alumni association. These are the impacts that we need so the students can see this is why I want to go to this school. So I just get real excited talking about it, y'all.
No, I love their energy. This was fantastic. Even me as in graduate school now, this is beneficial to hear because that moment of that one professor giving me her phone number, it really changed my viewpoint completely. Thinking about my undergrad experience and my graduate experience is totally different, and it's been great so far in this first semester. We are going to move on to the next section. So again, thank you all for answering our questions and being so excited about it. I think we can't really get the feedback from the students, but I'm sure they're excited on the other end and really learning about what a day in the life of HBCU is like and what they can get from an HBCU, that family atmosphere, that network, just those connections. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pass it on to Kristen to talk a little bit more about the scholarship opportunities and also the giveaways. You're on mute, Kristen.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. So as we transition to the next segment, I am going to share my screen. I promise that it will not include any technical difficulties as it did last time because we don't need any sound. So praise the Lord, everybody. So again, I have the privilege of serving as the Dallas County Extension Agent for the Prairie View A&M University Cooperative Extension Program. That's an entire mouthful, but I would be remiss not to share this opportunity. This is one of the most overlooked opportunities ever as it relates to HBCUs, but specifically land grant institutions. And so just to give you guys a little bit backstory, because I get this question often, especially here in the Dallas area, like what's the difference between what you do and the university? And so the extension is a agency with the university. So essentially, as it says, the extension of the university that extends into the community, which is why you see us represented in different counties across the state and not just on main campus. And we get a chance to do that because of a piece of legislation that was passed in 1890, and it was called the Morrill Act. So the 1890 land grant institutions are HBCUs, but they are HBCUs that was established under the second Morrill Act of 1890. There's an 1862 version, an 1890 version, and 1994. And so 1862 is primarily PWI institutions. 1890 is your HBCUs, and then 1994, you have other minority institutions that aren't HBCUs as well. And when this piece of legislation was passed, it was aimed at all of the former Confederate states. And this act required each state to show that race was not an admission criteria and to designate a separate land grant institution for people of color, meaning that in some of the states, primarily the Confederate states and those states in the South, that Black people were not permitted into PWI institutions. And so this second piece of legislation allowed for these institutions to have a place to call home. We see that now in a lot of different places. So it is almost like being, the pride of being a HBCU, but a little bit more at the same time. And so with the Morrill Act, these institutions institutions were able to provide education to citizens in the community around agriculture, home economics, mechanic arts, and other useful professions. And it led to the establishment of many universities and opened the door for public college education in America. And so I am very proud to work for the Extension program. But again, this is an opportunity that if I did not share with you, I would be doing you a disservice. And so the 1890 Scholars Program is a full ride scholarship. Say it with me, full ride scholarship. And this scholarship also gives students internships while you are in college and the ability to go on and work for the USDA as well after college. So this is the total package. Like, this is everything in one. If someone says, hey, I will pay for you to go to school, I will ensure that you have internship opportunities, and I will ensure that you are in the number when it's time for you to apply for a job. This scholarship is open to students who are interested in the fields of agriculture, agribusiness, which is a newer combination of agriculture and business management, agriculture economics, agriculture production and technology, agronomy or crop science, animal science, botany, food sciences, technology, forestry, home economics, nutrition, horticulture, natural resource management, soil conservation, soil science, farm and range management, and other related disciplines, non-medical biological sciences, pre-vet medicine, and computer science. So I always tell students, even if you think that your major doesn't quite fit, still apply. If you are undecided, find a major that is underneath this program and see, hey, is this something that interests me that I may want to explore so that I can take advantage of this opportunity? Take the time to do that. The scholarships are awarded annually and must be used at 1890 historically Black land-grant universities. And so I'll go back up to share those universities with you. Many who are present with us today: Alabama A&M University, Alcorn State University in Mississippi, Central State University in Ohio, Delaware State University, Florida A&M University, Fort Valley State University in Georgia, Kentucky State University, Langston University in Oklahoma, Lincoln University in Missouri, North Carolina A&T State University, Prairie View A&M University in Texas, South Carolina State University, Southern University in Louisiana, Tennessee State University, Tuskegee University in Alabama, the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, Virginia State University, and West Virginia State University. And again, the USDA 1890 Scholars Program will provide full tuition, employment, employee benefits, fees, books, and room and board, each for up to 4 years for the selected students pursuing a bachelor's degree. So this is something like I don't understand why, if you knew about this opportunity, why anyone wouldn't take advantage of it. I am going to put the link in the comments for you all to take advantage of. And then I am also going to provide my information, because as a county extension agent, we do a lot of college and career readiness. And so if there's any way that I can help you and assist you in applying for this scholarship, or any resources around applying for this scholarship, I would definitely be available to do so. So my contact information is below. Even if you just have questions, even for the alumni associations, if you have any other presentations coming up and you would like for me to share the information again, definitely do not hesitate to contact us. Again, we do a lot of other college and career readiness things. So if you need help preparing your scholarship essay, or answering questions, or just practicing, we are available to assist you in that. And because of our direct connection with the USDA as a land-grant university, all of our services and programming is available to students in Dallas County and other counties across the state of Texas at no charge. So again, this is an opportunity that I urge students to take advantage of, especially if you know, I am already going to pursue that. I am already going to this institution. take advantage of it. I know that we have had students that have participated in our summer program, and right now they are 4 generations deep into this scholarship, meaning that 4 generations, I think 2 sets are siblings. So the siblings was awarded the scholarship, and then the next set of siblings, I think 1 set of the siblings are twins, and then their parents and their grandparents. So I would definitely say take advantage of this. It's an opportunity that you do not want to miss, especially if it is free. I always tell people that if you can leave college debt free, you have done it. Okay, you've done almost the impossible, but it is definitely possible. There are opportunities out there, along with all of the other opportunities that were shared by the representatives here today. I'm going to place their contact information that they have asked for me to share with you as well on the screen. So I have for Langston University, you have questions, you can contact Langston University locally, and their email address is here. For Prairie View A&M University, to contact them locally, their contact information is here. For Southern University, to contact them locally and about other scholarship opportunities, their contact information is listed below. And I think those are the only universities that have contact information that they wanted to share. Again, a lot of them shared their contact information and different resources in their presentation. This video is available, you guys. You have access to this video. Play it back. Take advantage of it. I urge you, as we continue to advocate and support for our resources, we have to attend and we have to graduate. So we want to make sure that we're providing you with an ample amount of resources that eases some of the stress in accomplishing those things, that we want to make sure that our students not only attend and celebrate our universities, but they are successful afterwards as well. So yeah, that's the great news that I had to share as it relates to scholarships. Again, my contact information is here below if you need anything, and I can be of any assistance to you. Definitely do not hesitate to reach out. So yeah, we're gonna go into the giveaway section, and I'm adding the link again too as well for the 1890 scholars, just for you to take advantage of that. Look into it, read over it, brace yourself. Don't be beholding to a major if you're not 100% sure. I think I would choose free. If I had to do it again, I would go, I could be an agriculture major. I mean, honestly, because I ended up here anyway, so I could almost be whatever you desire me to be if it is free. So I'm going to add this again below. If you have not registered and you just happen to end up here with us today, please do not forget to register. That is another way that we are going to be sharing information with you, both from Dallas County 4-H and the Metropolitan Dallas Alumni Chapter. They do have youth programming and outreach programming that they continue to conduct year-round as well. So register. And those who have already registered, that puts you in the forefront of being able to win our giveaway for today, which is a Google Home Mini. The Google Home Mini. So if you are getting ready to go to college already, or if you are at home with your virtual learning, you have a new technology assistant, you can ask the questions. I actually had to take mine out of the living room because every time I say Google, it thinks that I'm talking to it, and I'm not. So if you say, you know, hey Google, what's the weather today? Hey Google, how do I find out about the 1890 Scholars Program? Hey Google, tell me more about Prairie View A&M University. Hey Google, where is Langston University located? See, look, it's talking back to me now. I don't know if y'all can hear it. I don't know if y'all can hear it. But it is a great resource. It's a great resource, especially as you continue your academic endeavors. So if I'll do a little drum roll or something. And if Alexis and Sydney can come back and help me pick a winner, that would be awesome.
I have the drum already.
Perfect. I'm just going to pick a random winner. Must be a student, must be present, must be registered. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Last name Foster. I do not want to pronounce this wrong. Last name Foster. Kalia Foster.
Great.
Central High School.
Congratulations. She was very active in the comments.
Absolutely. So congratulations to Kalia Foster. We have your information, so we're going to email you to get your mailing address so that we can get you your Google Home Mini. Congratulations, Kalia. Let's see. So that's all that I have. We do have some more contact information for you. The University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. I'm going to add their contact information to the screen for you to see. Down there. And let's see. I think that is it. Perfect. So thank you guys so much for being a part of today's presentation. Thank you to Sydney and Alexis. We worked really hard in putting this together because we really wanted to make sure that you guys had this before the semester was over. Hopefully we can touch bases with you all again some way, somehow, just to make sure that this information was very helpful to you. Everybody says this was awesome. This is great. Any closing remarks from Sydney and Alexis?
I just want to say thanks, everyone, for joining. I think this event is so important. And like Alexis, I did not go to an HBCU, but I don't think that I was aware of all this information. So that's why I'm so passionate about bringing this to you guys. So I hope you learned something today. We will be in contact. We'll be sending all the contact information as well as the scholarship information after. So stay tuned. And thanks for joining.
This was great.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining, everybody.
Thank you. I also forgot to add, and I will not be put to shame by not saying that I am, too, a proud graduate of Prairie View A&M University. I get the privilege of doing both. Everybody is saying thank you. Everybody is saying congratulations, a great exchange. We'll bring our presenters back to clap us out one more time as we go. And thank you all again for agreeing to be here. So,
thank you, everybody.
bye.
Bye. Thank you.